Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Plat. Purplatypus is the name. It's not the name is Cameron, but you can call me Purplatypus. That's what everyone on the internet does. But no one in real life calls me Purplatypus. What the fuck's with those guys? Anyway, today we're going to be doing a unit review. This is my soft, sultry voice. My free-to-play voice, if you will. We are going to do a unit review on the best free A unit the game has ever given us, give or take. I actually think he's just okay. But you know what? Let's get a look. I haven't really put this guy in a vacuum and looked at his stuff, so let's take a look at him. Just got him to full rank 4 today. Sorry, Awaken 5 today. Max level A7. This is as good as he's gonna get. Your stats might differ slightly because of different mastery levels. Anyway, let's take a look here. We have got, is that a little loud? I think it's fine. We're actually going to test him out in battle too, so stick around to the end, or just click to the end and, do that. Also, really quick, before we do jump too deep in, let me just do the YouTube thing and ask you guys to like and subscribe. We're almost at 3,000 subs, and so that would be awesome to hit that benchmark, bookmark. We're going to go with Steam mark. Anyway, without further ado, the thing, I appreciate it. The subscribe's the most important. The like, I don't know how important that is. It doesn't matter. That's not what we're here for. Anyway, we've got Gas Baggin. Very, very cool design. I can't quite see his eyes. Can we get him to dance here? Not being able to get him to dance here is kind of a big negative of this game. 0 out of 10. All right. Well, I actually like his design. I don't like the tail, that it's like clearly he's a balloon, and this is like the thing that he blew, people blew into him, right? That's like there's a plug in the end of his tail. I don't like the plug, but I like everything else about him. Very cool dragon. 795 HP. Kinda low, honestly. I was hoping this guy would hit 1,000. The thing is, when you get a good equipment on him, right? Let's not put the best equipment, because he's not going to be using an attack. But let's put something like this on him, right? If we put like something good on him, it's gonna get him up to almost 1,000. But still, I'm gonna judge him based off his base. And so he has got 795 HP. That's a little bit lower than I would like, but it's still not bad. 319 attack. That's low. We could compare him to other units, but I think like if we were gonna just look at even this unit right here, right, he's at 46. He has some help there. Let's actually remove this. See how the HP is on this unit. I know this is not exactly, this is not going to be a fast review. We're just doing our thing. So this guy has more HP and more attack and more defense. What doesn't this guy have over this guy? This is the question. Agility 392. Can I just directly compare these units? No, what is this guy actually better in every way? This isn't important to the review. 306 defense, 301. Yeah, this guy seems to have lower stats. Literally every stat, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not MP. But this guy does offer some very cool, unique things. So we're just going to go over that. Agility, pretty good. Wisdom is shit, but who cares? Defense is okay. I wish his defense was higher, because he has a pretty cool synergy with that, but his defense isn't great. But overall, this guy will be a good tank still, because of one of his abilities. Tact 319, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't attack. He is a breath unit. And you can see he gets, passively, he has inflated body. We're going to go take a look at that in a second. But he also gets a bunch of just breath potencies. Nothing too crazy. And he actually passively has rare MP gain too, or at his first awaken, which is basically free for everybody. His resistances are going to be weak to Sizz and Zam. That's fine. Honestly, I kind of like the bang resist. I kind of like the crack resist. Super weak to poison is not ideal, but half resist to paralysis, resist immune to confusion is kind of nice. So that's like reasonable. But let's take a look here. He has this really, I think, actually cool passive. Definitely very unique in the game. And I think this could make this unit very good on specific content. I don't know exactly what fights he's going to be good in yet. But when hit by an enemy, greatly lowers move, which he goes from 4 to 2. And massively raises defense, which is 3 stages, for 99 turns, up to 1 time per battle. So the first time he gets hit by an enemy, he immediately loses 2 movement for the rest of the fight, and gains 3 stages of defense for the rest of the fight. So his defense starts kind of low, but it is going to go up like 45%, like pretty huge. His defense is actually going to go very high, meaning this guy actually, without any buffs also. So this guy's actually going to have great tanking potential, especially if you have a weaker healer that isn't Seraphy and you can't afford to take a turn off of healing because you don't have like a passive heal, right? So you can't like buff the defense and heal without the unit dying. This is going to be a great unit because it already busts its own defense to the max, kind of like Kiefer, but this is guaranteed and it never goes away unless they like lower the defense. But I don't think that really happens from enemies that much. So very, very, very cool passive. And honestly, this is the coolest thing about him. You're looking at it right there. The passive MP regen is cool, but I think it's mostly having a way to have 4 movement, so he gets into position. He's pretty fast, not the fastest, but he's pretty fast. Gets into position, whatever, stands in front of whatever he needs to aggro. Like, the thing that's crazy is, like, I bet Sorrow, like, literally could never kill this unit, because the first time he hits him, he'll do decent damage, and then it'll go straight to shit. Even if you have 500, 600 attack on your Sorrow, I bet this guy just eats that shit up, no problem. But also, let's take a look at his abilities. Deep Breath. This is actually one of my favorite abilities on him. It is at +10, only because I had like 600 of the rank C typeless books, and I was like, fuck it, why not? There's not really a reason to ever rank this up. 16 mana is reasonable. You're not going to use this very much. But grants user 1.5% breath potency / effects for 1 turn. Don't know what the effects part of that means, but it is kind of cool that if he attacks every other turn, it's going to be weaker. Attacking every other turn is still less because 1.5 times stronger is still weaker than 2 100%, which would be 2 times stronger, right? But maybe with like, I think it's mostly if you're just not in range of something, but it is kind of cool. It'd help you burst down something in the turn where he is able to get it, because you can move. If you can't attack, then you could buff up and then attack and not miss an attack on your first turn. Thunderball, deal moderate zap type breath damage to 1 target, and then he has deal moderate whoosh type breath damage to all enemies in area of effect. So unlike with the other dragon, we can actually take a look at this guy. We can take a look at what he does rather. Is specialized is in the whoosh stuff, so I'm gonna see if we have anything that increases whoosh potency or dragon breath potency. There's weapons that increase like nature potency, but there's not that much that increases dragon breath potency. But I think we're gonna give this guy a this sword here, and then we're gonna give him some big old tanky armor, because I think this guy his primary role is doing okay damage while just being a pretty good tank. We'll give him the dragon armor, so he doesn't quite get up to 1000 HP with this exact setup, but still pretty good. So now we're gonna go into probably one of these boss fights. This is how I used to always do it. This is classic Plat versus Great Troll, I think. Let's take a look here. We don't want to do something where they're all resistant to whoosh, though. Right, that's resistant. So we don't want to do this fight, I don't think, because they're all resistant to whoosh, and I don't want to, like, immediately... Healing Machine is a little rough. Let's take a look here if this is a bit better. Nope, they're all resistant to whoosh. So we're going to have to come down here to Whack-A-Lite, I think. The Rector. This is a very easy fight, by the way, but they are weak to whoosh. So we have something that's weak to whoosh and something that is just neutral to it. So we can kind of test them both out. He also has Zap. So we won't be able to see... We'll be able to see the weakness of Zap. We won't be able to see the neutral of Zap, it doesn't look like, because one thing's weak and one thing's resistant. But whatever, this is totally fine. Let's jump into this team here. I don't even know what this team is doing. We're just going to bring this dragon in. We'll even use his own leadership ability on himself. If you're using this guy, would you ever use his leadership ability? I don't know. Let's just go without leadership ability, and then we'll go with a leadership ability of a Great Dragon. Great Dragon is 20%, so it's twice as strong. All right, so let's go in here. Oh, we got to switch that. That's my bad. Royal Reptile. I just ranked him up to rank 6. I'm going to rank him up to rank 7. Very excited. He is a very strong unit. Go ahead and equip that. It's like, it's a unit that I don't use that much because he doesn't have that much utility. Like his range, movement of 3 and attack range of 1 is not what it used to be. It is hard to get him into a spot where he can consistently attack. But he does still do a fuck ton of damage. I feel like we've kind of forgot about him. I mean, maybe not everyone, but I haven't used them that much in a long time. But that's because he's been S5, and now he's going to be S7 by the end of this event, so I'm quite excited for that. He is still probably my best Zap nuker. I do have Bianca, but Bianca, honestly, has been letting me down a lot. All right, so let's try this out. We're going to have everyone just wait. This is our Dragons show. Thank God I'm recording, by the way. I thought I might have forgotten. So I'm actually interested if these do about the same damage. So let's just try the breath first. Let's slow this down, by the way. Watch the animation. 308 damage on Brilliant. See, like, that's not that strong. Like, am I saying that shit? No. But, like, it's really just... You're not, that's not really what he's for, I don't think. I think he's mostly for the really, really cool... passive that he's got. And again, we haven't used his breath potency, but I am going to use the zap on this other guy over here, the Thunderball. The other one did like 308 or something like that. 335. So it seems like they have... So this is what's kind of interesting, is one of them is a single target, the other one's a multi-target, but they seem to have almost exactly the same damage, which is interesting. All right, so now we get to see the sizzle. So now we get to see what his defense goes up to. What do you guys think? It was at 308, I think up to 330 with the equipment. So let's take a look here. He's got 3 stages of defense. Goes all the way up to 536. This is what the unit is about, right? 100%, 75% defense up. Wow. So his damage isn't that good, right? But he does have 536 defense after taking damage once. So if you have a Emperor Slime or hell, even a Stump Chump with his new awakening, this guy could physical damage. You know, it's not going to help him. His HP is decent, so he does okay against magic. Not like incredible, but like okay. But this guy could take physical hits, bro. He's like an S unit with defense at the very least. All right, we're going to do a deep breath. And then we're going to try to attack one more time and see how much it does here. So it did 338. And I am interested to see how much it goes up. Is it 1 point exact? So instead of 338, let's say if we just do 300, it would be 450 if it was 1.5. And then the extra 15. So it'd be 430. Sorry, it'd be instead of 300, it'd be 450 plus another 15. So 465 is kind of what I would expect. Around 465 if it's just the base attack times 1.5. We'll see if that's how it works. So let's take a look here. .503. So it seems to do more than you would expect. 503 is starting to get to a pretty that's like it should be kind of, I think it should be 503 baseline. It's definitely a little low damage wise, but this unit again is not about the damage. However, 503 is definitely where you're getting to a respectable damage, especially that's pretty respectable damage when you're talking about a tank. And so if he's tanking against something let's see, what's a good example? Like an enemy sorrow or something, or anything that's dealing crack or bang physical damage, and they're weak to whoosh, he could just stand in front of it and just blow at him, and he's going to be doing 300-400 damage a turn, which for your tank is a pretty impressive I think thing. I don't want to oversell it. Like, this is why I think this unit is super niche. Like, you're not going to use him most of the time. He's not a nuker. He doesn't bring anything besides damage in his skill set. But that defense, though, let's compare defenses around and see. I could just quit this fight, but I wanted to finish it, I guess. I don't know. I don't like losing. So it was like 536, something like that was his defense. Let's go compare. Let's sort all the units in the game by defense and see kind of where he would fall. I'm guessing it's going to be around the Nightclubber range. And Nightclubber, again, sucks at a lot of things, but defense is not one of them. I think Nightclubber might be the worst S unit in the game. But, I mean, I've literally never used it. I don't think I've ever used it in a fight. And that might make me unqualified to talk about it, but I mean, I think it does genuinely suck. It just doesn't do anything, really. But it has good defense. So let's take a look here. 537. We're talking Emperor Slime numbers, but he's only S5. But Metal Dragon, he has more defense than a fully awakened Metal Dragon. Night Cobra has insane defense, though. Look at that. He's at 516 at level fucking 90. That's pretty nuts. So as far as A, he's definitely is far and above all the other A units. Even the specialized defense A units, right? He actually puts Stone Golem to shame. Stone Golem is only level 90, though. He's got 10 more levels, but still, his defense is probably higher. Stone Golem probably has equipment on, too. He does. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, though, let's scroll down, because he's actually down here. He's a little bit too low. Like, 339 base is kind of bad. Look at this. This dragon is so good, by the way. That B rank. I might do a review on him just because I like him so much. But yeah, this is what you're getting for free at this event right now. Overall, I think it's worth farming. I think it's very nice to have. This is not like a must-have, holy shit, don't miss this unit kind of dragon. And you probably don't need to A7 him. He'll probably do his job just as well at A5, honestly, as long as he can survive the first hit and get his big defense up. But this guy's going to mostly be he's not a cover tank, but he's mostly going to be a situational tank that can also put out some damage. And sometimes you just need something with 4 movement that doesn't die also. Like, that's pretty common. Like, I just did a whole fight with, against Prism Peacock in the Blossoming Door. And the whole thing you need Hybrid to just move up a space and then not die. So you needed something fast that just wouldn't die because it had the right resistances but had a high agility. And so there's going to be like a niche situation where this unit's really good in. But I'm kind of rambling and repeating myself at this point. That is all I have to say about this unit. Don't feel bad if you don't get them to max awakening. I don't think you necessarily need it. Not incredible, but overall, very awesome looking unit. Very cool design. One of my favorite designs in the game. Just silly and fun. You could do some respectable damage. Also, we didn't have his potency bonus on, so with Great Dragon and an extra 20% potency, he might be hitting 600. Like once you get to 600, you're starting to be like, this is a pretty good unit to use because that can't be resisted by enemies' defenses or anything. So his damage might be a little bit better than I'm giving it credit for. Also, obviously, these abilities can still go up higher. So our damage is on the bit of the low end, but it was still pretty damn low. Look at that screen. That's crazy. And that's it. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. 17-minute review for this unit. I should speed this up, but it was kind of casual. Anyway, peace.